Hello, friends. Hello. My name is Janessa Oriel. I'm the head of community here at Soul with Amy, and I am so excited, as always, to come here on Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific to be able to say hello and to chat about the nooks and crannies of the Soul with Amy app. So, if you're new to Amy, hello and welcome. I'm happy that you're here. And if you are not new to Amy, hello. I'm also happy that you're here. We like to do these lives to be able to help share additional insights and inspiration beyond our traditional resources, which can be found in the app. Let me share those resources with you very quickly. So if you're in the app, let me go ahead and make sure I'm pointing the right spot as always. If you're in the app, lower right hand corner is the account tab, and then there is this right here. This resource hub is an incredible spot for insights within the app. So we have a variety of ways to dive in. My favorite is right here, the Amy Help portal. And the reason for that, you can search literally anything that you would like to learn about, and we will be able to share that information with you. So for example, if you were interested in storefront, which is one that comes up often, you have a plethora of resources there for you. But that's not what we're talking about today. I just mentioned it. And so whenever I mention it, I always want to highlight the resource hub. So if you're here live, please say hello. I'd love to be able to say hello to you. And if you're here for what we like to call our replay, which is the hashtag after party, also please say hello. And please feel free to ask questions at any point in time. We will be sure to answer them to the best of our ability, of course. But what we're talking about today is the title was called But Why? Hi, Jennifer. And so the reason I said But Why is because I was having a conversation with a leader the other day, and I enjoyed this conversation greatly. And there's been a lot of questions surrounding, but why is it picking these particular contacts to reach out to? But why would Amy want to pull this particular person? And but why? And so I wanted to be able to share my conversation, some of the conversations with you here, because I think it's super relevant, because sometimes we don't know the why and then we sort of reject it. Are you one of those friends? I'm one of those friends, but if I don't get it, I don't want to do it, right? So what I want to share is the app in its entirety. Quite literally, everything that's been built into the app has been suggestions from consultants or those who sell with Amy. uh, they've made the suggestions, and our engineering teams, our teams have actually built those suggestions into the app. So literally everything has come from a request. And I say that not to look for more requests, because we have them. We also have an email where you can send your requests, which is ideabox, IDEABOX at amyami.co. Co, not com. So we have everything that's here has been built from a suggestion. So my favorite example is this re-engage past customers. Okay, we're going to select that. And then you have the ability to see it's been 6 months since they've ordered. This one's been 4 months since they ordered. It's been a while since their last order. Like, it's been a while. So this can seem confusing to friends. And I understand that. I totally get it. We understand that this can be confusing, and maybe you want to reach out to somebody else, right? Maybe you don't want to reach out to Lucy because it's been so long and you're not sure what Lucy's going to say, and you don't remember the last interaction with Lucy, and so forth and so on. So let's dive into that with exactly that. Maybe you're just unsure. Who is Lucy? I don't know. Let's dive in. So I'm going to open this up. One, you can always go and take a peek at their profile. But before we do that, I want you to see that this is actually it's reminding you that this is a re-engagement with a customer. It's showing you all the ways that you can connect with this customer. It's showing you, I last updated my message template 2 months ago, so you can always update that now, and we'll take a peek at what this says. If you're ever unsure what the message template says, select the update now. You'll have the ability to see what it says, right? Sometimes we want to tweak that more than once every 2 months. Sometimes we don't even remember what it says because we maybe have been ignoring this bucket of re-engaged customers for a while. Again, raise your hand if you've ever done that. I know there's probably quite a few hands shooting up. But the reason these to-dos got generated was because we had some very wise consultants recognize that there were contacts that they are not apt to reach out to because they forgot who Lucy was. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you have a very successful business. You have been reaching out to the Lucys, or you've been reaching out to, I don't know, I'm coming up with a name. Leslie's. You've been reaching out to the Leslies and potentially ignoring the Lucys, but you don't, it's not your fault. It's just a function of you can only keep so much in your brain, but that's what you have Sell with Amy for, right? Um, yes. So Jennifer says, I love Amy, the fortunes and the follow-up. Hi to Lisa and Sandra and Jacqueline. And yes, yes, I'm seeing lots of raised hands. So excellent. Let's go ahead and dive in. If I were to see this and be a little afraid to reach out to Lucy. Okay, so I have all the ways that I can reach out to her. I can see that I have some tags here, these custom labels. So I can see that Lucy's a customer, a teacher. We met up in 2020. Oh, that was a while ago, guys. She loves baking and is part of my VIP group. I last reached out on May 5th. Okay, so it's been a while. And I see that the recent note has loves baking. So let's go ahead. I'm going to select her name and I'm going to go ahead and take a peek at the profile. Now I can see that I sent a message and I have sent samples and there has been a purchase. Okay, so I can see what Lucy has purchased in the past. This is me diving in just to sort of see my relationship with Lucy. Having this timeline for every single contact allows you to dive in before reaching out. And just in case you want to see, okay, well, there's some wish list items. Okay, so we can go ahead and now take a peek. I'm going to go back and now I'm going to take a peek at this message template. I'm going to update now just to see what it says. It's been a while since we last talked. I wanted to say hello and check in and see how you're doing. I love this. This sounds like me. If it doesn't sound like you, what do, friends? Update the message template. That's right. We want to make sure that all of these sound like you because you don't want someone to, I remember in the early days, I reached out to a friend and she said, what are you doing? Who is this? Who wrote this? And that was and this was literally 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And I said, my apologies. Thank you for bringing it to my attention because there's a good friend of mine who was like, this is not you. And she was right. And so you need some friends like that in your life. And that way you can make sure that it does sound like you. If it doesn't sound like you, but you're scared to stray too far, it's okay. It's you. You're sending the message. So you want to sound like you and you want to, but I don't want you to skip this because this doesn't sound like you. I want you to make this sound like you. Um, excellent, excellent. Hi, Natasha. Natasha's fairly new. Stick around, friend. We've got you. Baby steps. This is my dishes talk. For those who watch every live, you'll hear it probably every time. Sell with Amy app, there's a lot built into it. And this is my gist of the entire talk. There's a lot built into it. There's nooks and crannies. Everything has been built out and developed, and it's taken over 5 years, 6 years, 6 years to get to this point. And so if you're just getting started with the app, one, welcome. Two, give yourself some grace and understand if you start to feel overwhelmed, you're probably doing too much at the same time. Okay. We want you to get to know the app slowly, and frequently, few times or once a day at a minimum. Okay. In 5 to 10 minute increments. Okay. Which means daily, 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 daily. We give you a 30-day trial because we don't want you to have to like cram all the knowledge within 7 days, right? We want you to be able to take some time and do 5 minutes today, 5 minutes tomorrow, update your message templates, set your to-do settings, go ahead and explore some of the to-dos that you're being given because that's how you'll get to know our app, okay? And that's how it'll benefit your business. I've had friends say over and over, multiple people say, the app, my business before the app is not the same as my business after the app. I feel more in control. I'm less stressed. I'm able to work less but accomplish more. That's our goal for you. Hi, Carol and Selena. So we're going to make sure this sounds like us. We're going to go ahead and say save. Like I said, that sounds like me. And now I'm going to do the scary thing of reaching out to someone I haven't connected with since May. May was a long time ago, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and send a text over to Lucy. And this is that verbiage that we just put together, right? I should not be afraid to send that to Lucy. And then I can move on to Kristen. It's been 4 months since they've ordered. All right, it's time. Not made a purchase since May. Hey, we're seeing a collection. Now, this is not very common that you're going to see people from the same month. Amy, what I want to share is Amy has an algorithm and I have no clue how it works. And I don't want you to think of algorithm, oh no, it's the worst possible thing. What do we do? I want you to know that Amy is pulling individuals from your past and recommending that you connect with them because they're likely out of whatever you've previously sold them. Or maybe they're using it consistently and you want to be able to say, hey, is there anything else you need if you don't have a consumable type product? Okay. So Amy has this incredible algorithm that just works like magic. And we're going to encourage you to reach out to people. And I want you to be brave and I want you to hit that text button, right? You can also email, it's less effective. We know this, right? People don't typically check their email and they sort of scan through it, delete it, archive it if they're, project inbox zero, all that jazz. But the point is, we know text is the most effective, email, moderately effective. Facebook Messenger is more effective than email, potentially less effective than text. Depends on your crew. You've got to know your people, right? But reach out. I'm going to choose text because it's right here. And there it is. Boom. Just sent out that. And it's the scariest part. Then you get to have a conversation with your customers. And if they don't respond, it's okay. That was my dramatic pause. It's okay if they don't respond. We get it. We understand. And part of it is it's not you. It's them. They're busy. They see it. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember Janessa from Pineapple Store. It's been a while. I need to see if I'm still using those cookie cutters, or maybe I just need to make cookies this weekend, as an example, right? We want to make sure that you're having conversations with your customers so they continue to use the products that they bought from you, so that way they can continue to come back and potentially order more. That's the goal. Hi, Sheila. So that's my message today. I want to try and keep these short and sweet whenever possible. Last week was long, so we're going to keep this one short. I want to encourage you, whether you've used the app forever or just for a few hours, to stick with it. Make sure you're opening Sell with Amy each day and then working your business and trusting that elusive algorithm that our really cool teams have put together. And again, I don't know. It's going to do wondrous things for your business. You just have to sort of cross your fingers and then commit to tackling some of them, okay? Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Carla. And I look forward to seeing you next week on Thursday Live. Bye, friends.